Okay, this is the next installment on the French door project. I have finished putting up the house wrap. I wanted to put house wrap around the door so I could put the door in with house wrap in place. Now, it is a bit of a problem because there's no existing house wrap, for example, and if I added house wrap only on the top, I couldn't possibly shingle it with a piece higher up. My approach onto doing that was to use that flashing tape, which is adhering to the sheathing, and to tape that to a piece of house wrap, and to essentially create a starting point from which downward I can shingle. Okay. Now I did also put some house wrap over in this area, which is not on the margin of just the door. It's actually in an area where there was a repair to the sheathing, and it's also an area where this siding here will come off as it gets resided, so that there will be an opportunity to put in house wrap from this point, and I will be able to cover it up until that height, at which point I'll have to seal it off again. Now, I did entertain some ideas of trying to add some protection in the other area there where it's only partially shingled, but I realized I really can't achieve that because I can't seal off the upper edge unless I continually took all of this siding off until I hit the chimney. There's no boundary. See, that vertical edge of the house wrap, I need to seal that off because I don't want water coming in behind the house wrap from the side. The most dangerous is it coming in from above. If water gets in behind house wrap, it does not get out. Water vapor can get out, but actual water due to a failure in siding at a higher level, that the source of that coming in can be too much to ever evaporate. And I've had rot in an area where I put house wrap on, but did not seal the upper edge. In subsequent repairs, I have always left the house wrap off completely because I did not want to take a chance of trapping moisture behind it. That is when doing a repair. In this repair, I'm trying something different. I'm trying to seal the house wrap at a higher point in the hopes that I can then apply it for the repaired section. And I realize when I'm doing that if I don't do that on the side also, I could have a failure in the siding or the sheathing, siding or window at a higher level. And that could still get in behind the house wrap because the side edge. And the side edge probably isn't as much of a risk as the top edge, simply because of the way the water will flow vertically. And it's possible that if I could put house wrap in, kind of sliding it in a little bit more under there, even though I'm not sealing off the right at most edge, water might not leak and get behind it. But I didn't want to risk that because there's almost no point to it. The house wrap will give better, less air infiltration, let's say, but it's at the cost of an increased risk of having moisture get behind it, or not moisture, liquid water getting behind it, and that's a more serious problem. Anyway, that's what I've got here. On this other side, I've just put in enough house wrap to create a margin to put the door in. This is all going to be redone. I'll put a window where that door is, and this side will come off. So this is also going to be redone, resided, and I'll have to obviously put in some more sheathing and what have you. So this will get overlapped with more house wrap, and I'll continue that barrier across the top in this entire section that I have repaired. So where the project stands now is basically I'm right up to I've done step 4, and I'm ready to do step 5, which is to cut that on a diagonal up to a height of 4 inches so I can put because I'm planning on using this 4-inch flashing tape for the flashing. So, but I haven't made the cut yet, just because I don't need to do that until I actually have the flashing. I need to put the flashing in. I want to make sure that if I was using a slightly different flashing, that I'd have the correct dimension for it. But it'll be 4 inches because I think that's what I'm going to be using. Next step is to add the sill flashing down here, because I'll skip over this for the time being. And I'll add the sill flashing down below. And then I'm getting close to having the door installed. But there's still a few more steps. Okay. That's all then. Thanks.